Hi, all. We just want to finish our previous discussion.
Yes.
Our video on voting was kind of daunting.
Yes. Sad.
Yeah.
So we want to get something to make you a little more
Yes.
happier.
Stacey Abrams.
Yay! Go, Stacey. Go, Stacey. Go. You can do it. Go, Stacey. Go, Stacey. Go. You can do it. You did it. Go, Stacey.
The cool thing about Stacey Abrams, for those of you who don't know, she ran for governor.
Yes.
She's running for governor in the state of Georgia. She is a black woman who is a tax attorney who went to Yale Law School. And I think it's kind of an interesting story because she's single.
Yes.
And she's taking care of her brother is in and out of jail, and because of his time in jail, he has a mental disability. He keeps every time he comes back with another mental disability. Mm-hmm. And the coolest thing about this is that she would be the first female African American governor in the U.S. Period. But when we talk about Stacey Abrams, I think we need to start thinking about going all the way back to when Trump won. I presented in this art in this I presented a paper last year or earlier this year talking about how the 2016 election and one of the things that we have to consider here is black women voted
a lot of black
Hillary
women.
Clinton. For Hillary Clinton, and we voted in higher numbers than black males. So when people keep talking about there was a drop in female vote, there was
That's
a drop
not
in
true.
white women voting.
Not in black women.
Not in black women. And in the state of Pennsylvania, we actually saw that there were more black women who voted for Hillary than there was the state of Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, the state of Pennsylvania. More women voted for Hillary. Black women voted for Hillary than black women voted for.
So does this mean we're going to have a black woman president?
For President Obama, right? So the more black women showed up and voted for Hillary Clinton in the state of Pennsylvania than they did when President Obama was running.
Wow.
So black women
are powerful.
Vote, and we really got a glimpse of it. We always knew, but the Democratic Party didn't know or just ignored it until Doug Jones, when Alabama had a special election to replace the U.S. Senate seat.
Yes, that was
Jeff Sessions. Roy Moore was running, who was, I don't want to say allegedly, because the man was banned from the mall for harassing young girls.
Now,
that ain't alleged.
No.
He's banned.
Banned means he did it.
And he would call different high schools up. That young women that he saw, he'd call them up, had the principal go get the girl out of class and ask them for a date in front of the principal.
And nobody reported him?
And the girls would go on a date. And the parents didn't have any problems with it. And the women who came out and said it didn't say that they had problems with it. They just wanted to say it happened. So, this is a man who also wanted to repeal all of the amendments. That includes the women's right to vote. That includes, the point that I'm trying to say is that
don't elect him.
Well, the election already happened. So Doug Jones won, and he won big with who? Black women. 98% of black women voted for Doug Jones, and they showed up and showed out. Doug Jones was the first Democrat that has won from the South as a U.S. Senator since since the big shift between the Democrats and the Republicans moved, switched with each other on political issues. So, it was a big one. And you had the first time in the Democratic history where they actually came out and said that the Democratic Party needs to accept black women as a voting bloc.
Wow. Did you know that?
And lo and behold, Stacey Abrams is
Wow.
the quintessential Black woman.
She won.
And I say this because Black women have always been the backbone and financial barriers of
even in
financial
those
providers.
homes back in slavery days. Mm-hmm.
Right, so they've been the backbone of the family. She's the one who is financially taking care of her, helping her parents raise her nephew financially. She's also paying and helping financially to take care of her grandmother. She is highly educated. She has a master's degree. She has a JD degree.
Wow.
She has her own business. And on top of all of that, she still has student loan debt like the rest of us. And she is single. And she presents, and I'm doing some other research on Black women and when it comes to marriage, and we're 3 times as likely as a white woman to stay single for the rest of our lives because we're much more highly educated than our male counterparts. And so she is the stereotype of
the white
most Black women out here. She's the reality of Black women. And so
Black women, you hear that? We work hard. We don't have a husband. We
highly educated.
What's up with that?
Anyway, so
moving forward.
But something else is happening down south. The state of Alabama. Mm-hmm. They have 18 Black women running for office in the state.
Did you know that? 18 Black women running Alabama.
Yeah, the largest that they've ever had, actually serious contenders right now.
Wow.
That's big.
Please. And
I think this is going to lead to our first female Black president.
What do you think?
Or at least vice president.
What do you think?
Kamala Harris.
What about what we were saying about who may have one of them on their ticket when they run for president?
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is and I'm gonna tell you, and there's a couple reasons why. Kamala Harris is an interracial. She is interracial, and she is in an interracial marriage as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
so does that make her title?
But I'm gonna say this: she is. She went to Howard.
Impressive.
And the cool thing about this is that she would be one of the first in more modern history to have never gone to an Ivy League. This would be our very first. I mean, and Howard to me is the quintessential place of Black knowledge, right? Because
it's Harvard.
Howard.
Oh, I thought you said Harvard.
No, she didn't go to Ivy League. She went to Howard. This is the place where a lot of Black archives is housed at Howard. I mean, if you want to know about Black people, you go to
research
Howard.
Yes.
You go to their archives. You go and be in their library at Howard. So this would be huge, and also this would be the first Howard president. Someone who went to Howard. Howard will show up and show out.
Yes, this will be history once again.
Second, she pledged Alpha chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, my sorority, right? You can't tell me that the Divine Nine, especially my sorors, would be showing out over 100,000 women, right? And I think anybody in the Divine Nine is going to show up and show out and vote for this and vote for her. I just can't even imagine.
Well, we know who she voted for.
I can't even imagine what that would be like. I can't even.
Well, I would see it as being history, another historical moment.
Oh, I will drive. If I can't fly, I will drive from LA to DC to see that. If she is on the vice president, if she is even if she's there for vice president, I will drive from LA to DC because I got to see this.
She has to be a part of that history. I'm gonna
I
watch it
gotta
on
see
TV
it.
though.
Mm.
Because driving to DC.
I'll fly. I prefer to
Now
fly.
fly, yes.
I prefer to fly,
I would
but
fly.
I mean,
But you know what? I may drive. Yeah, I think I might.
but if I
drive
can't
too,
get a
yes.
flight, because I'm gonna tell you, it's about to be ridiculous trying to get there.
We can already see it.
Oh, please. Cause see, here's the thing: when you when you go to a conference, a Greek conference, it is very difficult to fly into an AKA conference. But in AKAs, we're not even as I hate to admit, but Deltas have more membership than we do, and Deltas, you're gonna have Deltas, AKAs, Alphas.
Oh, okay. Competing.
Just the Greek life flying in, and then you're gonna get black people from everywhere flying in, and then
I got goosebumps.
Everybody else flying in. You thought Obama's was a big inauguration? Absolutely not. I know it's gonna be better to see it on television, but I will be that speck in the very
back. Crowd.
In the very, very back, if you need to see me. And I will be making some phone calls because I'm going to be sitting, I'm going to be going to, and I will be getting a formal invite to their inauguration.
You heard her, people. You heard her.
Absolutely. I will be making my phone calls. Because every congressional person gets a ticket, gets a few tickets for their district. So
I think she's going to be working for the campaign too.
Oh, probably will. But anyway. I mean, and what's so interesting is I've already seen people who have been very negative. Being very negative about Kamala Harris, and which is really frustrating because she has done a lot. It's just that people don't want to acknowledge all the things that she's done because she came up in a non-traditional way because she came out of being California's first U.S. Attorney General, Black Attorney General, Black female, and that was very non-traditional because she didn't run for a variety of like smaller elections. So I think that's what kind of makes people a little uncomfortable. She did not become a governor. She became the U.S. Attorney General, but I think that the things that she did as U.S. Attorney General stands out. Like she sued.
She made a difference.
Yeah, because she sued against Everest College.
Oh, huh.
You know, because of she sued against Everest College because they felt that they were inappropriate in regards to investing. You know, in regards to getting people to predatory loans and stuff like that. She also was there to help sue in regards to payday loans.
Wow! What?
So she participated with that. I mean, she's done
great things, huh?
Yeah, and then also she's participated in a lot, and she's also been helpful in regards to criminal justice reform.
Well, she's done a lot, and she's doing her job.
She's been taking. I mean, Jerry Brown was Attorney General before her, and then she became Attorney General. So it's not that it's unfathomable. It's just that it's something that may not be as traditional as some of these other people who are running. But I mean, a lot of the national attention came from because of the kind of comments that she makes in her U.S. congressional meetings, and she has these very poignant questions, and she sits on the Judiciary Committee. And she just does not play.
She's determined.
Oh, if you listen to her, she just doesn't play. She doesn't want to. She's not here to converse with you.
She's here to make things happen.
And
she's here to make things happen.
I want an answer. And if you don't know who she is, I invite you to look at the Breakfast Club interview. And clearly, after I watched that, I was like, oh, she's running. Because for a while, she became on the radar of people who are not of color who would come up to me and say, I really like this Kamala Harris. And I was like, eh. And then I'd ask the question, have you met her husband? Have you seen her husband? And a lot of people were like, oh, I didn't know she was married. She has kept her husband quiet for a lot, and I think that that's intentional because her husband's white. And I mean, a good question is America ready for an interracial couple? And I think I think by 20,
we should be ready.
I think I think that it may not be that bad, especially if she came. Maybe she didn't run for president, but she would be on a vice presidential ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be a good warm up to see who she
really
really is.
Mm-hmm.
And does it really matter?
Right.
Yeah.
I think she's a awesome candidate though, because she shows her experience and her qualifications at the same time.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, on that note, I think we are done. If you have anything else to...
All I have to say is, please, why not vote?
I know.
Why not?
June 5th.
Your life depends on it.
June
okay.
5th.
Rent, gas, tickets, parking tickets, fire department coming out to your house charging you. Yeah, I know.
Oh, she's talking about Puerto Rico stuff.
Yes.
Okay. June 5th.
Vote.
Vote.
Please, people.